Greetings, I'm Dresden Ginder here with Studio 49 News. Welcome to today's segment on the current gold fever. Right now, thousands of Americans, most likely young, unmarried, hopeful men, the 49ers, are traveling on many trails in search of one thing in which they believe will help them hit up riches, gold, and which is being sought out in the West. But this gold is bringing more than just Americans to the area. Immigrants from South America, Mexico, Europe, and China make up 1/3 of the searchers. The journey comes with trials but can result in triumph. The prospect or search for gold is on the rise and over 80,000 49ers are taking part. This gold is bringing, again, thousands of people, and today we'll talk about the consequences this rush could bring, life as a miner, the immigrants, and take a special look at gold itself. Now I will send it over to Graham with the new encounter.
Well, thank you, Dresden. Yes, gold is the hot topic here in California. And it all started when John Sutter set a carpenter, James Marshall, to build a sawmill by a river. And while he was building, he discovered gold in the river. And Sutter's and Marshall's attempt to keep the gold a secret had failed, and soon the discovery had spread across the whole country. In about 1849, about 80,000 people came to California searching for gold. These people were called 49ers. Mining camps sprang up wherever people gathered to look for gold. Now with us today, we have Gilbert Thomas, who is a 49er who lives in one of these camps.
Thank you, Graham.
Hello, Gilbert. Welcome to 49 News. Now, tell us what kind of people live in the mining camps with you.
Well, there's mostly just single fellas like me from the east of the U.S., but there's quite a few from all over. Say, I got a friend down from the river who came all the way from China. Talk about a trip across the pond. But in a quick roundup, you can find people from China, South America, Mexico, and Europe. You know, foreigners make up about 1/3 of us. The rest are folks from the good old USA.
Well, Gilbert, since there's so many people that live in these camps with you, what are the living conditions like?
Well, to be honest with you, ma'am, they're about as bad as soggy biscuits and dry beans. Keep your valuables close, or them robbers will snatch them up quicker than you can say potato. But you also got to take care of your body, as if it were as fine as cream gravy. Now that's good stuff. But if you hang fire, sickness will catch up, and you'll be good as a goner. Then there's mining. Mining one day ain't easy. Some don't got the strength and throw up the sponge mighty fast. But not me. I'm going to strike it rich one of these days.
Well, thank you, Gilbert. Now, back to Dresden at the studio.
Thanks, Graham and Gilbert. It's crazy to imagine living the miner life. I'm sweating just thinking about it. Now, what's all the hype about it? That's why we brought in gold specialist and scientist Kyle Smee. Take it away, Kyle. Thanks, Dresden. I'm gold specialist Kyle Smee. I'm out here on the West Coast studying the gold that has everybody talking. Many people are coming nationally and globally, believing they'll find large blocks of gold. However, we found the only things that are being found are flakes just like these. When miners locate these flakes, they must use pans to wash out the small rocks, dirt, and gravel from the valuable gold. These flakes can be picked up by digging by banks of rivers and everywhere in between. As the miner talked about a couple of minutes ago, previously, this job is extremely hard and very exhausting. Gold is known to be found in grains or nuggets, and rocks and alluvial deposits, which is basically a redeposited rock. This element is much wanted for its beauty and metallic yellow color and non-conductive qualities. Right now, gold costs about $20 per ounce, and according to predictions, this price will steadily increase in the future. The element was also first sought out for its rarity and its value, obviously. A source explained to me earlier that miners have began to take part in what they call coyoting. They take part in this by digging shafts up to 43 feet deep and truly dig tunnels moving away from the area in order to find the gold-rich areas. Additionally, the miners are coming up with even more creative ways to get the job done and find what they know can give them tons of money. A local miner shared with me minutes ago. Mr. Shufflet reveals his passion and drive for the search of gold when he says this: "I have left those that I love as my own life behind and risked everything and endured many hardships to get here. I want to make enough to live easier and do some good with before I return." Thanks for sharing that, Mr. chocolate. Altogether, we've seen people everywhere putting their lives and families on hold in hopes to gain riches. Gold can alter so many different things in our lives because of its extreme value. I'm excited to continue studying this great element and hopes to recognize all the benefits it could have in the United States. Thanks for having me, Studio 49. Back to you, Dresden. Thank you, Kyle, for your incredible research on a single element. A few moments ago, I mentioned that more than just Americans long for this gold. Immigrants are coming for the same reasons everyone else is. They are not only prepared to live this new life, they feel as if they are destined to find the single thing that could fund the rest of their lives. However, I am not fit for explaining this. That's why I'm sending it to an intelligent reporter, Alea, with the whole story on foreigners and their quest for gold. Take it away.
This intriguing gold interested many people. Young men would travel across the country in search of making a fortune. However, the majority of them did not find much. Some would even travel back home or get new jobs. These men were rarely married, so they often counted on a small number of women who traveled to California. These women would run hotels for men to stay in, do the laundry, and also cook for them because they didn't know how to do these basic tasks themselves. Continuing, not all men were from America. People were traveling all over the world to California to try to gain wealth. Many came from China, but also Europe, Mexico, and South America. Now I'm here with Catherine Williams, a woman who has been helping travelers with their everyday needs for years now.
Well, truthfully, I've got the bulge. These single men don't know a thing about cooking or cleaning. And that's where I come in. I make a great living just by doing daily tasks like cooking, meals, and cleaning. Well, truthfully, I've got the bulge. These single men don't know a thing about cooking or cleaning. And that's where I come in. I make a great living just by doing daily tasks like cooking, meals, and cleaning. They thought it was too scandalous for me to come out to the West alone. But look at me. I can cut a swell just by saying a few words.
So, are you planning on staying in California, or will you travel somewhere else in search of an even better life?
Well, I plan on keeping my boarding house open as long as there's people coming in and food in the oven. And foreigners coming in only mean one thing to me: business. One day, I'm sure I'll put this whole dog show away and call it a day.
Thanks so much, Alea, for sharing incredible immigration information. Wow, in the last several minutes, we've learned so much. From gold itself, life as a miner, and other people who are prospecting the same item as everyone else. We spoke about the real value gold has. So as a result, we brought in George Bushnell, one who finds favor in gold. Explain to us, please, George, about your gold-loving soul.
Well, thanks for having me, Studio 49 News. I've really found favor with this gold recently, and so I wrote a poem this morning just so I could share it with you. So, here it goes. The touch of gold brings a shiver to my spine. When I think about it, it makes me feel divine. With a little bit of light, it will shine. The word gold makes me fall into the heaven above. Gold is the true meaning of love. There are those who think of it as a symbol of power. I can prove you wrong in this very hour. Gold has been a beauty in the present and the past. Think about the future. Will the beauty still last? Thank you for having me, Studio 49.
Well, thanks tons, George, for sharing your insight on what gold truly means to you. One can see that gold is truly impacting George, and you can guess that gold is leaving some results in California as well. So again, I'm going to turn it over to Alea so we can recognize the consequences of this gold fever. Let's check out the positive and negative results. Inform us, Alea.
Thanks, Dresden. Hi, I'm reporter Alea back again with more information on the famous gold rush. The huge influx of people into California for gold created a varied outcomes, one of these being the rapid increase of the population leading to California being America's 31st state. However, it brought some territorial conflicts between the Americans and other countries. This population boom also led to an extensive economic growth. New businesses and industries flooded California, creating the beginning of many cities. Along with industries, agriculture started to come about. Farming became a way of life for those who were suitable for the hard work. Unfortunately, another downside comes with this large growth. Being on the far west side of North America, it was hard to bring goods in and out of the area, which put a limit on how far California could actually grow. Much later on the problem, it was fixed with the continuation of the railroad to California, allowing for a flourishing economy to rise. So now back to you, Dresden.
Thanks for sharing the consequences. Now we've got some live footage from California. I suggest you watch this one closely.
The first people that traveled west and arrive at a site like this will stake a claim or reserve a certain part of the river for only themselves to search at. Miners usually worked in groups when searching for gold and would agree to share whatever was found, if any gold was found. However, this often led to conflict when two or more groups arrived in the same area at the same time. There were many different mining methods during the time of the gold rush, but the most common method was placer mining, which is going on here. This method used pans or other appliances in order to wash gold nuggets out of loose rock, but it was not often any gold was discovered. However, if any was found, it would usually be gold flakes like specialist Kyle Schmee just shared with us. Although miners were faced with the challenges of disease and dreadful living conditions, they still had one goal, and that was to find what everyone was raging about, gold. Now back to Dresden in the studio.
Wow, look how far we've come. We were just able to see what may come of this gold rush. Well, as our segment for today comes to a close, let's take one last look on the things we've learned. Today, we've recognized how gold is being located, why it's being located, and the dangers it is causing for the 49ers, or the ones searching for the gold. We've also gotten to meet some incredible witnesses and those who've watched situations unfold right in front of them. Graham and Alea brought us some incredible current events, and to top it all off, we understand what's to come in the West. Thank you for watching Channel 49 News. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for some Puppy Bowl, sports, and White House action. See you next time on Studio 49.
Oh, dun dun.
Well, truthfully, I've got the bulge.
Thanks, Dresden. I'm back again.
Gold and a special first-hand experience for the rest of
Oh,
your
dear.
lives. However, I am not fit for explaining this. That's why I'm sending it to an intelligent reporter.
Oh my gosh, I think I just ripped the dress.
Welcome, Catherine.
Oh!